Hi, I'm Angela. I'm an independent remote law clerk. I'm checking in from Puerto Rico. So, some people have asked me, why do I travel? And I travel because I love travel. And the thing about working in law is that law is not a profession that really works well with travel, at least not when you're like right out of law school. So it's generally like where you practice law, that's where you're fixed. And if you get a job in big law, unless you're like one of these corporate M&A people that is traveling in and out, you're pretty much staying in the same place all the time. You're not moving. But I mean, travel has always been a passion of mine, something that I've always loved. It's something that I've always felt passionate about. And I want to be able to incorporate that in my work, no matter what sort of work that I do. So being an independent remote law clerk means like I'm independent. I'm not tied to any one firm or any one attorney. Remote, that I work remotely. So I'm working from Puerto Rico. This is where I'm working from this week. It's fantastic. Next week, I'm going to be someplace else. I'm probably back home, but I'll be back home for 3, 4, 5 weeks, and then I'll go someplace else for a week. I love being able to incorporate my passion for travel into the work that I do, because I don't know, there's something about travel that really fulfills my soul in ways that like not traveling doesn't. So when I work as a judicial law clerk, I really learned a lot, working for the courts. I worked in Philadelphia for the court system, just clerking for senior judges. And as much as I loved it, I would 100% rather be here traveling and being able to be remote than being in City Hall every day, 52 weeks a year. It is a blessing to be able to be gainfully employed and be able to travel on your own terms. And right after I shoot this video here, I am going to sit down and I'm going to work on something that an attorney out of California assigned me to work on. So my message to those of you who have LLMs, especially, who are looking for a path into law, like for LLMs, there's like no roadmap. Sorry, there's a bee around here. And for JD, like if you're a JD student, there's a definite roadmap. There's a definite way, and I feel like there's a sort of snobbery around if you haven't gone to law school this way, if you haven't done this, like you have to, maybe because I watch too many of these videos and I've been following Spivey, and no hate on Spivey. I mean, I think what they do is great. What he does and what the company does is great. But you do fall into this narrative that in order to be an attorney, you have to study for the SATs until you can get a 170, and then you apply. You can only go to the T14s, and then you're going to get a full scholarship, and then you're going to go to law school, and you're going to become you're going to take the bar exam. You're going to become an attorney. And for some people, and for many people, that straight line works. That works 100% for them. That doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me for a lot of reasons. One, because I'm the breadwinner. Two, because I have, at the time I started law school, I had 3 kids under 3. 3, because I'm not independently wealthy, or I chose not to take out the loans I would have needed to maintain a certain lifestyle for a family of 5. Okay, so I went to law, just to shorten it, I went to law school overseas. I'm a dual British American citizen, so I got an LLB, which is a qualifying law degree in the UK. COVID hit, came back to the US, did my LLM at George Mason University, and then I loved the school and George Mason University so much, I did a second LLM. Hasn't been awarded yet, but I finished the coursework in global antitrust and economics. And it was really important for me to specialize, and also sort of important for me to sort of maneuver my resume, my CV, so that it looks as close to a JD CV as possible. That's a different video. But what I'm trying to say is that as an LLM, you can mold your own career. You can mold your own path. It's not set in stone like it is if you're a JD. Like if you're a JD, it's like there's a cookie cutter way to become an attorney. And that's great. If you want to do that, I think that's perfect. But there's some people who have certain life circumstances where that's just not going to work. And I feel that like when I've read like on some of these subreddits and when I've seen videos about these organizations trying to help people get better LSATs, and I think they honestly want the best for people. They're not taking into account people who are on their second careers. They're not taking into account people who have kids, people who are breadwinners, people who have to provide. Like sometimes you have to do law on your own terms and you can't follow the cookie cutter mold. But I would say if you could follow the cookie cutter mold, that is probably the quote unquote easiest way, the easiest surefire way to get into law. Whereas if you are making things up for you, if you are creating your own mold, I think it's really difficult. And I'm not going to say what I've done has been easy. It's been difficult, but it's so rewarding. It is so rewarding to be able to be working from here, this pool this week, 3 weeks ago, working from Hawaii, a few days ago, I was working from Orlando. Where am I going to be working in the next 2 weeks? I don't know. I'll probably stay home for a bit. But, I am making my own path and I am earning as much as an attorney now. Okay, not like an attorney, like, I don't know. How much do attorneys get paid? But I make more than the average attorney in Pennsylvania. So all I can say is if you're an LLM, you have to think outside of the box. You have to be creative. You're going to hear no so many times. Don't let that stop you. Figure out something for yourself. When I got fired from the public defender's office for not passing the bar exam, I literally had $805 in my bank account. And I had to figure out how my family of 5 was going to get through Thanksgiving, get through Christmas, and get through the rest of the year with me having no job. And from that point, I decided, okay, I'm going to try and figure some stuff out and then go into business for myself. And, so far so good. Are there things I would change? A few. And do I know what I'm doing? Not necessarily. But I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I enjoy the work that I do. I enjoy the attorneys that I work with. And I'm having a great time. Any questions? Feel free to message me.